Feels like a reunion of the Eagles or something. And we haven't seen each other in so long, and we have to find a way how to do this. It's great to see all of you. Yeah, I feel the same way. I know you can't see us smiling with the other band directors, and we are trying to savor every moment of this because it's been a really long time. So we all know that. You've heard it at every event for the last few weeks, just about how each program, each opportunity is just an opportunity to celebrate, remembering and valuing what it is we all do together. And so I won't spend too much time on that except to say thank you for helping us get here. Thank you for helping your kids get here. Thank you for getting here as well together. And we're really excited about the next steps in the future of our band program and the future of all of our fine young musicians in this program too. It's been an absolute pleasure to be able to work with them and do some of the things you're going to see from us here today. Welcome at home too. If you're live streaming, this is the first time in 25 years we've ever live streamed a concert at Marshall High School. Sometimes you got to be thrown into the pool, I guess. And we have been, but we're really excited about it. And so looking for any and all positive feedback for the live stream experience, and all criticisms can go to the new guy, Mr. Krieger. Just kidding. He's an all-star. It's been incredible. No criticism allowed. But we're going to continue to try to improve that. We know that that's something that people would appreciate, even in a non-pandemic year, being able to watch those things or be able to send those links out to folks around the country and families so they can watch. Tonight you're going to hear from our percussion ensemble briefly here at the beginning of our concert. You're going to hear from jazz ensembles or wind ensembles. We get a little moment to hear from our. So excited that has come together. So we're going to do all of that. But really what this evening is an opportunity for you to see what we've been working on. How the number one question I've received from peers and family and everybody else is, how do you do band online, right? And of course, because you did or did not hear instruments at home, you don't really. You reinvent what it is you're teaching and what it is you're doing. A lot of what you're going to hear has been months in the making and is inventive and brand new. And it's something that we've never done. And some of what you heard has come together in the last weeks, right? Or even in the case of something, maybe one rehearsal on Wednesday. So there's been a lot of enthusiasm and excitement. You're going to have an opportunity to sort of see a survey. So this is our third period percussion ensemble, and you're looking at a project. Last spring, when we went into shutdown, we did a project where all the percussionists learned to wind their own mallets, marimba mallets, and they made their own mallets. And second semester of this year, we all purchased these cajon kits. This is a Peruvian drum called a cajon, C-A-J-O-N, and it is a box with a hole in the back of it. Here. That creates different tones that you'll hear, and there's a snare that's mounted to the inside of the top of the box. It has a ton of history to it, and it's really exciting how this tradition has worked its way into popular music and the music that we do. So these folks all built their own cajons at home, and you can see how fantastic designs, everything from Peter's fantastic maroon obelisk over there to Luca has decided he's going to fight with Tchaikovsky over there as well. And some other outstanding designs on all of these cajons as well. So we're going to open the concert with one quick tune on instruments we made, on parts we learned at home over Zoom, and we hope it's a great kickoff. Thanks for being here. We're going to switch between groups as we go, but let me introduce the Marshall High School Percussion Ensemble. do a quick change up here and then on to jazz 2 and 3.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jacob Krieger. This is my first year. Wind Ensemble you see on stage. This is the combined Jazz Ensemble 2, Jazz Ensemble 3, affectionately known as Jazz 5. We have been meeting on Tuesday and Thursday mornings throughout the year, both online and here in hybrid, and we got the first chance to play together in person about a month ago on a Thursday night in the parking lot. And so it's been about 3 months ago. We didn't know if we'd get to be here on stage sharing music with you tonight, but we're so thrilled to share this. The first song we're going to play is a Count Basie tune called Splanky, arranged by Roy Phillip, and it's going to feature Julian J. and Elliot Gear. That was fun. Wasn't that fun? Awesome. Live music so much better than what we've been experiencing for the last year. And you're probably wondering too, as we're kind of transferring for the next spot, is how the heck did you do jazz online, right? And the answer is similar to how we do band online. We really didn't, right? Jazz is a conversation, right? And that's really hard to do through Zoom, as we all know, right? Sometimes intentionally or unintentionally for that. So we found really unique opportunities to work on things that we wouldn't normally be able to work on in any given year because of the demand of concerts or demand of trips that we needed to go on, right? And we were really able to focus on like some individual skills such as improvisation, okay? And the next tune that we'll play for you is gonna feature anybody on a solo that I point to. And they know this, this isn't a surprise. Although, everybody that you see, I'm just gonna point to them randomly, they're gonna solo, and you're gonna just hear amazing solos tonight. And that's really a direct result of all of their hard work that they spent in the mornings, 2 days a week, online behind Zoom. We really dug into that. We're really excited to share that with you tonight. We're gonna play a tune from a local artist called composer Matthew Montgomery, who writes a bunch of tunes for a local jazz band. I hope if you get an opportunity to go see them, they're called the PH Factor Big Band. Google them, you'll find them for that. And the song that we're gonna play is entitled Cake Mix. All right, we have one more for you tonight. We're going to play a medium swing tune for you to end it here. Again, I just, on behalf of Mr. Krieger and myself and all of you parents, I just can't thank you enough, right, for digging into the arts and what it represents and finding all of the moments, as hard as they were throughout this year to find them. We are stronger because of it. And our music, we really, really understand all of the awesomeness that we get to create here together. And thanks again for coming tonight. It's great to have you here and great to play another concert. The last song that we're going to play for you is a song called Strolling with Sammy. And you're going to hear from Sam Hill on this and Julian J on the piano. All right, we're going to transition here and reset the stage for our next group. So we'll be back with you in just a minute or two.
There we go. That works. Thanks for your patience for the changeover there. This is the Jazz Ensemble. And boy, like everybody else, it's, the experience of actually getting to play music together in the same place is something that I will never take for granted again. And it's been really an amazing, I guess, about 5 weeks or so that we've also been, every Tuesday night getting together in the parking lot out there, and I never thought I'd be so excited to play with a band 9 feet apart in a parking lot, but it's been a blast. And now here we are, kids on stage ready to play, playing for an audience. We are truly super excited to play. And the other thing I just want to say is how quickly this group of people up here went from ecstatic to just play together to, okay, let's get good now. Let's go to work. So I'm super duper proud of the work that they've done in a short amount of time. Like I said, I think 5 rehearsals with the full band together, as well as our hybrid experience. So here we go. We're going to start out with Quincy Jones' tune. That was Cindy Wong on tenor saxophone. And that was Justin Lesko on trumpet. Right. Every year that in the jazz program, we have an award that is given and is voted on by the students, and it's the Louis Armstrong Award. It's given to the outstanding jazz musician, instrumental jazz musician of the program. And if you know anything about Louis Armstrong, you know that anything that is truly jazz has a connection to Louis Armstrong from the musical perspective. And he was obviously, of course, an incredibly inspiring person and a groundbreaking musician that was an innovator and super important. And all of the things he characterized are what this award is about. So the band voted on this year, on the award for this year, and the recipient this year is Justin Lesko. And Justin receives a trophy here that has Louis Armstrong's likeness. And as soon as COVID's really over, he'll have his name on it. Sorry about that, the shop is closed. There's also a pin pin that goes along. And I should mention that this is an award that's yours. This is an award that most high schools give. So there are recipients, this spring all over the country of outstanding players, and it's been going back on, from our school for quite a long time. So Justin's name will also be on a plaque that hangs in the band room, and so people will look at his name in a bunch of years and go, Justin Lesko, I knew him when. So congratulations, Justin. All right, we're gonna have some fun. Anybody like trombone shorty? All right, we're gonna play a little trombone shorty. This is called Back of Town. see that was Jacob Grossoff on trombone. The big dog over here, Aaron Levin on the very side. Miles Silverman at tenor. Our fantastic drummer over here, this is Chris Bowe. I do want to take just a quick minute to acknowledge a really, really important group of people in this band, and that's of course our seniors who have they've been with us. They've been with me a long time. It's a little bit emotional, to be honest, to be on stage for the last time with these guys. So it's been a crazy year, but this group is not what it would be without you guys and your leadership. So I'm gonna just ask them all to stand up and read their names, and then at the end maybe we can applaud for all of them together if we would. This is Lauren Majewski on lead alto saxophone. Madison Dussault and Callie Dawson on guitar. You just heard from Jacob Grossoff on trombone. Also, we've heard a couple times back there from Justin Lesko on trumpet. Right next to Justin, doing a fantastic job in the trumpet section, Garrett Lee. And new to us this year, doing a fantastic job playing bass at Heaven University of Washington next year, that's Ethan Park on the bass. One big round for all of our seniors. Oh, we're going to play a beautiful Oliver Nelson tune entitled Stolen Moments. This is an arrangement written by Bob Curnow of Liberty Lake, Washington. It's a great arrangement that he wrote for his LA big band. And this is Stolen Moments. Hey, that was Justin Lesko one more time on trumpet. Justin Lesko. Also, how about it for Aiden Klein up here on alto? Well, we opened the jazz portion with Count Basie. We're going to close the jazz portion with Count Basie. This is a tune entitled "The Queen Bee." We're going to hear from Cindy again. We're going to hear from our wonderful pianist over there, Ryan C. Here we go, "The Queen Bee." Thanks very, very much. And we're going to have another really quick changeover here. So just hang with us. Those of you on live stream, hang in there. I will be right with you, and it's going to be, you're in for a treat. This is going to be really fun. So hang tight. We'll be right back with you with the Wind Ensemble.
Okay. Okay, we're back. Thanks for being patient. That's the big move around that we need to do up here. Well, this is the Mercer Island High School Wind Ensemble. I'm going to bring Mr. Krieger out with me here too. We're going to talk a little bit about what you're going to hear. We're going to play one piece for you this evening, but the piece is something unlike anything we've ever done on stage. We've done a lot of different things like you're on stage. We've been part of the band program and walked around. This group, we've had a lot of different adventures trying to find where we want to be over Zoom as individual players, in rehearsals with half the class coming in 2 different rooms, in groups of 15 that were not instrumented in a way that really enabled us to plan for the ensemble in that way. Lots of hurdles to overcome. And one of the unique things for these students is that, you know, when COVID hit last March, we were, if many of you remember, we were in the middle of our East Shore Band Festival and our concert cycle, working on this huge piece of music that we were developing at the time by Adam Schoenberg called Picture Studies. Anybody sing the themes? No? Okay. Still? All right. And working on a huge project that was going to culminate in 3 different performances. And that was our story of immediate loss, was not really being able to go into that concert series as a group. I'm telling you, the level of musicianship in this ensemble up here is really outstanding. These are young people who have found the energy, time, the willpower, the sacrifice to get good on their instruments. Music is really hard, and doing it through an instrument is even harder. And these folks, we've all struggled with the same things that everybody in this room has, which is how you find the motivation to do it by yourself in your living room, as opposed to in a classroom or on a stage. That has been really difficult. So what you're going to see here this evening is brand new for us. It was something that was only possible and was born of our year online and of COVID. We wouldn't have thought of it. We wouldn't have taken the risk. Probably the foundation and the boosters wouldn't have paid for it. And I'm not sure how we would talk students into it either. It was a very difficult conceptual idea. So I'm going to let maybe Jacob talk just a little bit about the overview of what you're going to see. And you're going to launch in essentially a lot of programs around the country who are having their first concert this year. There's many that are giving you a world premiere. And that's what this is tonight. So I'm going to let Mr. Krieger, by the way, again, my incredible colleague, Mr. Krieger, who has, you know, can you imagine your first year teaching and it's a pandemic online? He has been absolutely.
Thank you. So I don't want to give too much away because we're about to watch a video that will go into much more depth. But this has been a project that has taken us since October. We started to record individual recordings. We were in March. We were not able to play together, and so we had each student take home and learn how to record with an audio interface, with a mic, and then we assembled a project together. Students spent time reflecting on the piece. It's so many moving parts and so involved, and I can't wait for you to watch it. What we're about to watch is a video that the composer put together, and he is going to give a little introduction in the video that will set this up as well. But I just want to say that I'm so proud of all of you. This was such an involved project, and it was such a joy to hear your musicianship and work with all of you. So thank you so much. I hope you really enjoy this.
So here's our project. Our composer that we commissioned this piece from, it lives in London, and obviously wasn't able to join us here. There's nothing more painful than not being able to be present for a world premiere of your own music. But he sent us a video to say hello. This has been an incredible process, so I'm going to turn it over to our AV team here and give you an opportunity to meet composer Barnaby Martin, and then we'll watch this video and followed by the world premiere of this piece, Circles and Paths.
So sorry I'm not able to be there in person today in Seattle, or that I'm not really able to be awake to say hello. It's around 3 o'clock in the morning where I am, so should be. I just wanted to thank everyone at Mercer Wyman High School for making this project one of the most enjoyable things I have been involved in. The students have worked so hard and produced some astonishingly high quality performances of my music. One of the best things about this whole process that you'll see in the video is how collaborative it was. I've learned so much from working with the teachers and students and from watching the students' feedback, and I think the composition and final video are far better as a result. I'd also like to thank Mr. Krieger for the many hours he spent expertly editing media and of course my huge thanks go to Mr. B for not only asking me to do this in the first place, but also, more importantly, for everything he's done to guide students so expertly through this process. I really hope you enjoyed both the piece and listening in the video, and can't wait to meet you all in person one day. We'll have to try very hard to stop you coming to Seattle. Thank you all very much, and see you soon. If you know any musicians, singers, players, producers, or composers, your social media feeds probably looked a bit like mine did about a year ago as the first lockdown began. I lost track of how many people shared their stories about cancelled work and lost income. Most people were in some new virtual way able to continue their lives, but for musicians, it was impossible. So many of my friends joined the hundreds of thousands of freelancers, music students, and teachers across the world who, out of nowhere, had no work, no projects, and no vocation.
At the end of January, the first COVID case in the United States was actually discovered just months ago. And by the end of March, we went on to full lockdown.
This is Parker, the director of the Wind Ensemble and marching band in a high school on Mercer Island in Seattle. He and his incredibly talented students had, like the rest of the music world, been forced to stop playing. But he had an idea for how to change that.
All over the country and all over the world, teachers were now thrown into a situation where they were compelled to try to provide valuable, important content for their students in a way that was meaningful. And so for us, the idea was, how do we do that in an ensemble, performance music-based class setting for our students? So we started to think about what's the world that they're living in, and what is the way that we can use and what we can constrain to provide a creative project for them as well. And all of those things came together to lead to me reaching out to you as a composer and ask if you'd be interested in connecting some teenagers on the other side of the world on writing a new piece of music.
Although it wasn't clear what sort of project this would turn into, what was clear from the outset was the need to do something to inspire the students and to try, despite the difficulties, to make music. We eventually settled on me writing a piece of music for the Mercer Island School's wind band, which they would then put together remotely, with each student recording their part individually at home. These types of projects were ubiquitous during the lockdowns. It was, after all, one of the only ways that musicians could actually make something together. But if you've ever sung in a virtual choir or you've ever played in a virtual orchestra, you will know that however much the final product is enjoyable to listen to and to watch, the experience is never the same as performing together in the same room. So we wanted to try and make the process of creating and recording the piece more important than the end result. I met the students early on to talk about my plans for the composition, and once I put together a first draft, they then began a process of reflection and feedback. They wrote beautiful descriptions and drew diagrams and paintings in response to listening to the music for the first time, and they came together in sections to go through the parts and give suggestions for changes.
So we're sort of concerned about issues about the staff members. The first thing that comes to my mind when looking for something like this,
I think all of the probably attitude there. So what we were trying to do here was to make something in a truly collaborative way.
You know, one of the things that was a goal on this project from the beginning, that germinated from the idea, was that we all needed something to work on that was going to provide hope and optimism and a real sense of building something.
The piece itself, which I called Circles and Paths, is constructed around a very simple idea, a repeating melody that acts as a sort of cantus firmus for the music, giving it a Passacaglia-like feel. It was inspired by Bach's Passacaglia and Fugue in C minor for organ. Although this is a very austere work, what I love about the piece is how each section, each repetition of the bass cantus bonus feels completely unique in terms of texture. Some are heavy and aggressive. But some are sparkling and full of energy. And it's this idea that I wanted to translate into my piece, a feeling that every section has a unique character. Circles and Paths starts with a solo rendition of the cantus firmus, and then each subsequent repetition of this melody adds more movement, harmony, and instruments. The second section is a chamber-style rendition, which is repeated at the end. The third moves into compound time with a more uneven bar structure. The fourth section shifts up in tempo and is built around these cascading cluster chords. And the fifth section moves back into simple time with a melody played in low brass and woodwind under a repeating triplet figure, which leads eventually into the climax. I wanted to be economical with my musical material, so alongside the cantus firmus, there is only one other true melodic idea, a five-note melody played first by a solo clarinet, which turns into cluster chords in sections 3 and 4, and then into a harmonic, melodic, and rhythmical idea during the penultimate section. Once the score was finalized, Parker and his team led the students in practicing and rehearsing the music, initially remotely, but gradually as restrictions were lifted, more and more was done in person. And eventually, each student recorded their performances individually to a click track. And what you're hearing now is the result. The music itself is not the important thing. What's important is the process. What's important is the way the students responded to the project, the way we created something together, and how much I and all of them and all of their teachers got out of making music, even if so much of it was done remotely. In 2020, we were thrown into a world where live music making was not only impossible, but also in many circumstances illegal. It was, for so many people, one of the most difficult things they could experience, cut off from the thing that gives them purpose. So, what does it then mean to be a musician in 2021 after all of this? Well, I think of all people, the students who gave so much to this project and who are now finally returning to some form of live music making are best placed to give an answer to this question. So I asked them, what does being a musician mean to you?
Being a musician is a soundtrack.
Being a musician is being more self-aware.
Being a musician means meeting all sorts of new people and building connections through music.
Being a musician allows me to make connections.
Being a musician allows me to learn alongside and be inspired by it. Being a musician lets me connect to a musical community through expression.
Being a musician gives so many opportunities and opens up so many doors for you, but it also gives you a safe place of security to apply it.
Being a musician is about reflection, it's about connection.
Being a musician in 2021 means that you really appreciate the time that you have with other people.
Being a musician is complimenting yourself.
Being a musician is being able to express yourself.
Being a musician is what beautiful to you. Being a musician is difficult.
Being a musician helps me connect with others. A musician is a painter who paints with sound and emotion.
Being a musician is work, not talent. Being a musician brings me the opportunity to.
Being a musician in 2021 means having the opportunity to rekindle one's passion for music while playing with others.
Being a musician is like being a Being a musician lets me express my emotions without words.
Being a musician is solving problems. Being a musician means you're learners.
Being a musician has helped me connect with people, also my most important friendships. Being a musician helps me understand other musicians' perspectives. Being a musician means that I get to have such an awareness and a gratitude for the beauty in the world around me.
Being a musician is learning a language devoid of hatred and immune to apathy.
Being a musician makes life 10 times more important.
Being a musician makes something for someone. Being a musician means that I have the ability to listen to sounds and music around me that other people might not have the ability to listen to.
Being a musician means working hard and enjoying the world.
Being a musician brings me close to people.
Being musicians allow me to make emotions in a whole new way.
Being a musician is fun. Being a musician has some slowly break out my shell and open up for people.
Being a musician has allowed me to get back not my family, but my friends.
Being a musician has allowed me to interpret and interact with life in a new and amazing way.
Being a musician for me is a connection to everything. My friends, my family, and to
Being a musician helps me connect with my emotions.
Being a musician helps me understand.
Being a musician means making something cool with other people.
Being a musician has led me to a place that I belong.
Being a musician is pure and magic.
Being a musician is life indeed.
Thank you so much for watching. I can't thank the students and teachers at Mercer Island High School enough. This has been one of the most rewarding projects I've ever been involved in. And I hope you'll agree that these are some incredibly talented young musicians who have very bright futures ahead of them. If you'd like to watch a performance of the whole piece, then follow the link in the description below. See you next time.
Okay, if you're interested and appreciate the art that Barnaby Martin, the composer, and this YouTube content creator has put into his videos, you might love his channel. His channel is called Listening In. And if you scan the QR code that's on your program, it'll take you there. He does incredible popular film analysis, film score analysis, describes the world around us through essay and music theory. Very accessible and just beautiful filmmaking and music analysis as well. So proud of these musicians here on stage and this whole project. Thank you for making it happen. This is the world premiere of Circles and Paths. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Sophomores and juniors, get off the stage. Seniors, come on up. Come on up. For our finale here.
Yeah, Kaya! Yeah, Kaya!
I love how the sound of woodwinds and brass tuning sums up their personalities. It's pretty much what it is. Okay, this is the last piece of the evening, and the fact that it is happening is so special and not at all of my doing. This is a student motivated, student arranged, student conducted, student performed piece that took some amazing planning and motivation and some maybe cajoling and blackmailing, I don't know, to get everybody to come in on a day to do this rehearsal. We're gonna remember this senior class forever. We're gonna remember this fifth grade class forever. We're gonna remember this year forever. But this senior class didn't have to be there for us every day, and made a decision to do so. And it's just been really special. This tradition started, I don't even know how long ago, more than 10 years ago in our program, when we went from 3 concert bands to 4 concert bands, and not all the seniors got to always be together. We had a group of seniors that said, wouldn't it be great if the last thing we did every year was all the seniors came back together and played with each other on a piece? And I said, that sounds great, and you should all be so good at your instruments by the time you graduate that you can work it up yourself, and you can elect a conductor, and you can pick a piece, and you can do it. They went, sure. And it has turned into something really special, actually, that with fantastic music making. And I can just speak on behalf of Ms. Smith over there that I see, Mr. Bentley, and Mr. Thompson, and Mr. Krieger, that this moment's really special for us because we get to sit in the audience and listen and be proud of it. So the group got together a piece of music called Baby Year, which I think was a freshman year piece, was it? Yeah, it was CBI. I think we started it at CBI with Commander Simon. Was that the year that Commander Simon from the Air Force Academy was conducting you guys? Right? And picked this piece, and when the conductor of the Air Force Academy tells you to play a certain way, you just do it. So they learned it. They came on a Wednesday, and we were like, let's see if we can play it well enough to put it on the concert. And it sounded great. So I'm really excited about it. I'm especially excited just to give you an opportunity to recognize these seniors one last time in our band program and their student-elected, incredible conductor, William Spencer. William, before William gets the downbeat, I also want to recognize really, really deliberately the young man who spent an enormous amount of time making sure this music was arranged, instrumented, and put together in a way that sounds incredible. Our student arranger of this piece tonight is Charlie Bukowski. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. Everybody on stage, we're gonna stack chairs and stands just like old times. We get to do that together. It's gonna be fantastic. So all chairs and stands are gonna get on back to 505, percussion equipment, everything else. Good night, everybody. I can't wait to do this again in the fall. Back to 505, percussion equipment, everything else. Good night, everybody. I can't wait to do this again in the fall.